Hi, I'm Scott, and today we're going to talk about how I failed on Dad It Yourself. All right, can you tell me what's wrong here? This is not fungus. This is not dry patches. This is direct evidence of my stupidity. I just filmed a video where I talked about chemicals. So Roundup. People hate Roundup. I don't care. I like Roundup. It works. And using Lawn Safe on lawns and Lawn and Grass Killer on hardscape.
Do not use this on your lawn.
And I got my chemicals mixed up somehow. I have a feeling that there was weed and grass killer in my container that was labeled safe for lawns. So, I'm an idiot. We can fix this. All right, so I mowed this down, and as you can see, it looks better, but I still have my dead spots. I got some over here too. And I got that whole area there, and then all along here, because what I was doing was spraying to hopefully kill what was left of the moss. So, what do I got to do? Well, Jason's on his way over right now, and we're going to spray some stuff down, and I got to talk to him because I think he's going to have protamine in there, and what he tells me is you can't overseed with protamine. So, we'll have to discuss that. But, if that's the case, and he doesn't use protamine or I can overseed, I'm going to take my weed eater, I'm going to bring this all down to dirt in these dry spots, and I'll show you how I treat those. So you can see I have both of these clearly marked which one is for lawn only and for grass and weed killer. So how did I mix it up? I don't know. If you'll notice, and it may be hard to see on camera, this one has kind of an amber color to it, but so does this one now. Okay, normally the Lawn Safe has the amber color, and then the weed and grass killer is clear. So somehow, while I was topping these off or whatever, I ended up swapping them. So each one ended up with half weed and grass killer and half safe for lawn. So what do I have now? I have a diluted herbicide that I can't use on my lawns at all and isn't that effective in the landscape beds and in my hardscapes. So it'll probably require 2 treatments in the hardscapes. So I'm going to slowly put this into one, probably this one, because this is the weed and grass killer. And then rinse this one out really good and then start using just the Lawn Safe again in that one. So Jason came by today and he treated it, and he did not use protamine. He did use a little tenacity. He used a fungicide and a couple of selectives for some of my weeds, but I've been treating those pretty good. Next step is going to be to weed whack those killed spots and reseed them. So it's been 2 full weeks since Jason came over and treated the lawn. A couple of delays, rain, we got a lot of rain, and I have neighbors. See, I have a neighbor there, and neighbors over here. and I've got a neighbor right here. And no fault of their own. These people don't care that I have to record a YouTube video. So last weekend, for example, there were kids on that trampoline all day Saturday, all Sunday morning, and then it started raining. So I never got a chance to film because it was just too distracting. And then, I don't know if you can hear it, but over here, my neighbor, she's actually in her garage with her family, having a good old time. So I've been trying to be careful recording today as well. All right, so I finally got a chance to take the string trimmer and bring everything down to dirt, as you can see here, and then rake it all up. And people say, why don't you just overseed those spots, leave the grass there? Well, I want to give this grass seed the best chance possible at seed to ground contact. And by doing that, by removing all that dead grass and get right down to that soil, I'm going to ensure that as best I can. What I also did realize is I still have a moss problem. You may not be able to see it, but kind of right in here, definitely over in that corner over there, and definitely over in that corner. There's a lot of raw moss that was down subsurface of the grass, and so I'm going to treat for moss one more time. But what I need to do now is mow this down super short. And fortunately, this is relatively flat, so I can go pretty short without my mower bogging down or bottoming out. So let's get that done. Well, that took a lot longer than I imagined. It was at least 3 mows just to get it down 2 levels, and so the mower wouldn't bog out. But I'm all done. Everything's all mowed out, and my holes are all cleared out and raked. So now for the fun, seed and topsoil. So one of the other things I had to do in preparation for this was I had to fix my sprinkler system. I had a bad valve that was actually leaking, and this whole corner of the lawn all through here was just like this gooey, muddy mess. That's been fixed. And then what I did is I switched to a larger rotator right there. It's a PJP, something like that. I'll put a link down in the description for those, from Hunter. And I went from 14 sprinkler heads in this lawn down to 5. So I get better range with the bigger sprinklers, and it's going to give me better coverage with water. And that was especially true in this area right here. This is why actually over here, sorry. This area had more weeds in it because it wasn't getting enough water, so the lawn wasn't that healthy. So now I have great coverage with the new sprinklers, and we're going to get the seed down and the topsoil. Now that I get everything laid down, I get to turn on those fancy sprinklers and get this irrigated and keep this nice and moist so it will germinate. And fortunately for us today, we have rain in the forecast. So I did my regular 6-week. I laid down a weed and feed, iron, moss out, and a fungicide. And it's going to take probably 10 to 14 days for this to germinate and start showing something. But through the magic of editing, you're going to see it right after this transition. So 7 days since I planted the seeds, and looky here. We're already starting to see sprouts here and here and definitely over there. What I'm not seeing is the areas that aren't getting as much water. While there's a couple of sprouts here, there's definitely not as many as I expected, which tells me we're not getting enough water in this spot and a couple of spots on the main lawn. So we're 14 days from overseeding. I don't even know what that is. That's weird. If you know what's going on here, you let me know. But look at this. Check it out. It's like it wasn't even there. And then this spot over here. So those 3 spots, this one and this one, I put a lot of soil on those when I was putting the seed down. And then I realized I may not have enough soil. So I started kind of leaving it a little thinner. And you can kind of see that. It definitely did not germinate as much, but it still did germinate. I need to put more soil down, I think, on top of these areas and see if that'll retain a little bit more water and get that seed to germinate. But yeah, definitely where I kind of hand sprinkled the soil down, it did not germinate as much. Looks like I'm not getting very good water coverage right here either. So I think I still may need to mow this, but I'm going to mow it high so I don't disturb the soil as much. And this is what it looks like mowed. Not bad, but it's going to take a little more time, I think. All right, so it's the 5th of July and 21 days since I overseeded, and I did mow yesterday also. And it looks really good. It actually recovered really good in those spots. I didn't end up putting more soil in there, but I think I need more soil in this one still. I'm going on vacation, so this is just going to be what it's going to be for the next 10 days. But I think it looks really good. Looking forward to seeing what it looks like in a week when I get back. Okay, I'm going to wrap the video up here. It's been 21 days since I seeded, and I think as the summer progresses, it's just going to get better and better and better. Look, kids on the trampoline. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, put those down below. Speaking of comments, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you do, hit that bell for notification. If I've done anything in this video or any of my other videos that helped you out, consider becoming a channel member or giving me a super thanks. I've got some videos over here you may be interested in. Subscribe button's right over here. Thanks for watching. Dad it yourself.